This is Shea again, and I'm actually in San Francisco right now. Stephen and I took a weekend workshop at the Cafe Gratitude Central Office and Kitchen. The workshop is Sacred Commerce, being taught by Cafe Gratitude's creators and owners, Matthew and Terces Engelhart. And, well, first, hello. They know I'm nervous, so they're kind of watching to see if I'm going to implode here or not. I think before I ask you the question I have for the WholeFu community, I just want to let you guys know that in the short amount of time and the very little exposure that Stephen and I have had with you over this last year, just even 2 times, 3 times of being in the same room, there's such a presence that you guys give off. And I know that we admire and respect you so greatly and aspire to be showing up in the world the way that you do. And I know that you must affect almost everybody you come in contact with that way. And that's part of why I wanted to ask this question. I know at the basis of all your success, your businesses, the book, the game, the restaurants, you come from a place of gratitude. So for people that are watching this that don't know about gratitude practices at all, would you mind talking a little bit about what that even is to you and maybe some suggestions on how to start one?
Okay, great. I'll go first.
Okay.
So first of all, thank you. It was quite a compliment.
Oh, thank you.
We always love and appreciate the time that we have with you too. It's quite sweet, and we appreciate what you're doing. So
thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that. Let's see here. Well, first of all, I would say that for me, really, it goes way back to, I was a single mother of 3 children for 16 years, struggling to provide all their needs and do work that I loved. And most of my life I was an entrepreneur, and pretty much I've always been able to kind of look at the bright side of things. But when Matthew and I got together and we were really looking at what are we going to do with the rest of our lives, between us we have 5 children and they're all grown, and so what are we going to do? We said, well, we'll just trust inner guidance. And what brought us together really was our commitment to making a difference in life. And one of the things that we both had practiced in our own individual ways was that wherever you put your attention creates your experience. And so the thing that's interesting about keeping your attention on being grateful is that it shifts your being, and we distinguish being, not like the truth, but how we practice it is we say how we have access to being is through what we think, what we say, what we do, what we believe in our attitude. So a practice of gratitude for us would be keeping your thinking, your speaking, your believing, your actions and your attitude on those that have you present to being grateful. And the magical part of that is when your attention's on being grateful, it shifts your being into having. And so because you're looking at what you already have that you're grateful for, so it has you be present, the experience of being fulfilled, because you're no longer wanting things, you're present to and grateful for what you already have. And I think that's the magic of gratitude. You're present, there's nothing missing, and yeah, fulfilled.
Yeah, you could say gratitude nows the mind. I know that's not a verb, but nows the mind. So as far as a daily practice, one of the currencies of our community, our Cafe Gratitude community, is we ask each other all the time, what are you grateful for? So if someone was looking at this and say, well, what could I take on in my life? Start asking the people at your dinner table, at work, even your telemarketers, hey, I got a question. What are you grateful for? Start asking everyone in your life what they're grateful for, and you will transform your life. We did an experiment in the early days. We went into the DMV, California Department of Motor Vehicles, and asked just a few people what they were grateful for, and the whole vibration of the whole place, DMVs can be kind of flat places. Dense. Very dense. Yeah. It got very alive in there. And then we went down to City Hall and did the same thing when we were getting business permits, and it was like, so, and people were thrilled to be asked. And many people have said, nobody's ever asked me that. And I was like, wow. So yeah, as far as the daily practice, just ask people what they're grateful for. Tell people what you're grateful for. That would be my...
Do you want to talk about some resources people might use, like some of the things you even put out into the world?
Sure. So, well, we have a game called the Abounding River, a board game which is a practice in shifting from scarcity, our human scarcity condition, to living in abundance, and gratitude is, one of the mainstays of that practice. So that's, and to accompany that, there's also a book called The Abounding River, which has a 42-day practice in gratitude, and those are available at cafegratitude.com. What other resources?
Mike Robbins has a book too.
Yeah, what's that called?
Mike Robbins is Not to Be Yourself One, but Appreciation.
Yeah, The Power of Appreciation. Great book. Yeah, I think if you just Google gratitude, there's a lot of great resources out there.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, and I want to say too, a really simple practice, and I know Bunny's talked about it on WholeFu, is to go ahead and just make a list of the things that you're grateful for. And you can do that every morning when you wake up or every night when you go to bed, and it can be 2 or 3 or 5 things, or it can go as long as you want, and then spend time with each item on that list and really feel that. For myself, personally, what I like to do is sometimes before a meditation or at the end of a meditation, or sometimes even on its own, I'll sit quietly and I'll think about gratitude and bring that feeling up in my body. It almost feels like the way the heater going on sounds, that feeling. Fill myself with gratitude, just vibrating at that level and hopefully drawing in more things into my experience that I can continue to be grateful for. So I'm grateful for you guys and what you're doing in the world, and having gotten a chance to get to know you, and for this class. So if any of you want to find out more about Matthew or Terces Engelhart, the Cafe Gratitude restaurants, Abounding River board game or logbook, Plenty of Time, Sacred Commerce, any of their books or workshops, please go to cafegratitude.com, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.